Last week, the man Becky Lynch became the brand new Women's World Champion. She won the Battle Royal on Monday Night Raw to win the title that eluded her, the title that she fought for and could not win at WrestleMania 40 just a couple of weeks prior. And the wrestling fan base on social media and the IWC went mad. They went ballistic. Because, much like I did, I'll admit it, they were expecting that championship to land on someone new, on someone, in their eyes, fresh. Namely, a Liv Morgan, a Nia Jax, a Zoe Stark, a returning Trish Stratus, perhaps. But never did it cross anyone's mind, not even my own, that the championship would land on Becky Lynch. Now, I'm not mad about it. I'm not spewing out there and how much she doesn't need to be Women's World Champion because she has the name value. She's a star. She's already a main eventer beyond whatever goes on. That WrestleMania 35 cemented that for her. So I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. As a matter of fact, all things considered, this is the most logical option WWE could have taken under these circumstances. And again, you have to consider all of the circumstances leading into this. Rhea Ripley, mommy, she goes down with an injury. She has to vacate the Women's World Championship. A Women's World Championship that, by the way, I predicted was not going to get dropped at WrestleMania, but was actually going to get dropped to Becky Lynch at Backlash this weekend in the very same match, in a rematch of sorts between Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. That was my prediction. Doesn't seem like that's what was going to happen because they weren't building up to any kind of rematch between Lynch and Ripley. But overall, even since before WrestleMania, I didn't see anything wrong, anything bad about Becky Lynch becoming Women's World Champion. But hey, if the title has to be vacated, and let's say you want to do a mini tournament of sorts for it, then yeah. If it's a mini tournament of sorts, and you have a Liv Morgan, a Nia Jax, a Zoe Stark, a Trish Stratus, anyone in the women's division win a three-way match, and then win the finals or whatever, they win 2 matches, actual competitive singles bouts, then they've, storytelling-wise, they've worked their ass off to get that Women's World title. But in a Battle Royal, it only makes sense to give it to Becky Lynch. And again, from a booking perspective, you don't want to try and give it to someone new right off the bat without actually having her get put over by the previous champion. You don't. That's failed multiple times in the past. What do? You put the championship on a surefire bet that's going to carry your division while we get their stories, other characters ready and prepped. Because, as a matter of fact, I would have if it was a tournament style kind of way to determine a brand new champion, then yeah, I would have gone with someone new. But even then, you could have still gone with Becky Lynch. She was the number 1 contender after all. But I'd much rather have Liv Morgan win the upcoming Queen of the Ring tournament, and in the meantime, build her up on the Red brand. Let's start toying with this little tease that they did last Monday between Liv and Dominic, Mommy's Dirty Dom. Let's start toying with that idea. Let's build some interest in that character. Because right now, the only reason people care about Liv Morgan is because in storytelling, in the storyline, she's the one who injured Rhea Ripley. Nia Jax, she's out of question. She's moving over to SmackDown. Hell, the draft is tonight. We don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the superstars. And then Zoe Stark, she hasn't been built up quite enough. Hell, prep her up to be number one contender at Backlash for the Women's World Championship. Keep giving her shot after shot after shot. Have her fight the underdog battle against the man Becky Lynch in France. Tell the fans, tell the audience at home, these are our next contenders, and they're not quite ready to beat Becky Lynch just yet and become Women's World Champion, but they're this close. And eventually, Liv Morgan wins Queen of the Ring tournament. That effectively earns her a shot at Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship, and then you have Liv Morgan beat Becky Lynch for the Women's World title, and then you have Mommy return, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World title, and you actually give fans a reason to care about that feud, that rivalry, and have Mommy chase the championship rather than have Rhea Ripley defend her title against very low interest contender in Liv Morgan. Again, let's build these stories up. So again, I'm not completely mad about Becky Lynch becoming world champion. I understand why. She's a main eventer. That's how you create stars. That's how you remain on top. That's how you create franchises. It's not always about variety. If it was entirely up to the IWC, it'd be variety all over the place. Indy Hartwell, Women's World Champion. Oh, now I'm bored about Indy Hartwell. Candice LeRae, your shot. Zoe Stark, you're up. Nia Jax, you're up. And then everybody gets one world title reign. And then eventually when we run out of brand new people, okay, I think it's time for another Liv Morgan run. Let's try it. And so on and so forth. That's not how you create stars. That's not how you create worthwhile stories to tell. Just my opinion. But again, a lot of you still are going to go against the grain, and you're still going to consider the fact that, maybe they should have gone with someone else. And we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure, but again, the safest bet was Becky Lynch, and they went with it. So with that said, what are your thoughts? What are your predictions for the upcoming Women's World Championship match at Backlash and beyond? Who were you expecting? Who did you want to win that Battle Royal last Monday? Leave it in the comment section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.